A Detroit radio host is about to see his first feature film premiere this week. The Rhythm, written and directed by Gerald McBride, will hit digital platforms on Friday. It's a tale of a black hockey player paroled from prison and ordered by a judge to pull off a sort of miracle on ice. The film's writer and director, Gerald McBride, is with us now. Gerald, thank you so much for being here.
Man, thank you so much for having me, Whitney. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. We always appreciate it. Now, I've read a little bit about the film. We've been talking about it a little bit. It sounds pretty exciting. Tell us a little bit about how this even got started for you.
Well, you know, I actually went to a hockey game about 15 years ago, and it was at University of Michigan. It sold out 10,000 seats, and I'm the only black person in the arena. And I thought, wow, where are all the black people in this sport? And I was inspired right then and there to write this story. And you know, when you get an idea for a story, it's just like you just can't stop until it's completed.
Yeah.
And this would just go on for years and years until I finally got the script where I thought it was good enough to pitch to Hollywood.
Okay. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the plot of the story. Obviously, it surrounds black hockey players.
Yes.
What's this story all about?
Well, of course, as you mentioned, it's a story of a young black hockey player who deals with some racism. He gets into a really bad brawl on the ice and almost kills an opponent white player. And he ends up going to jail for several years. And after he gets out of jail, he's assigned to a community center to teach some young black kids how to play hockey. And they're kind of like the bad news bears of hockey.
Okay.
But he kind of turns them into this championship team.
Okay. I know that this story also touches on some of the history behind black hockey players. You're uncovering it a little bit. Tell us a little bit about that portion.
Well, the main character, which is Robert Taylor, he has a long line of hockey players in his family. So his great-great-grandfather was actually a part of an all-black hockey team in Nova Scotia. Yeah, so. Okay.
And I understand that a lot of this story also centers around the city of Detroit.
Absolutely.
What can we expect to see from Detroit?
Well, I think there's a couple of things. Of course, you're going to see all kind of different landmarks of Detroit there. But of course, one of the most important is Jack Adams' Buttsville, where all of these young kids actually are recruited to play hockey there. So it kind of centers around just the history of this center that has shown or introduced this sport to so many young black kids.
I know, of course, you have a background in radio.
I do.
What was it like writing a feature-length film?
Oh, well, you know, I've written a lot of radio and TV commercials, so this was totally different because there's just so many layers to making a movie. But in the beginning of 2022, as I mentioned, I tried to pitch it to Hollywood, and we did get some interest. But in 2022, I just decided to step out on faith and do it myself. And so it's just a whole new experience in writing it, directing it, and producing it. Actually, it's a small budget movie, so I had to wear a lot of hats. So, you know, I was transportation, I was catering, I did casting, I did quite a bit to make this film happen.
A lot of hats.
Yes, a lot of hats, yes.
Can we expect to see a lot of local actors in this as well?
Oh, absolutely. I was able to find some of the best local actors in Detroit, and I think you'll be surprised at their acting skills. They're just so talented. And then on top of that, you know, I wasn't really able to find actors who could skate, but I actually went to the rec and found some young kids who played on the hockey team, and we actually turned them into actors. I think you'll be quite impressed and surprised as well of a job that they did.
Okay. Now, I know this is going to release on Friday on digital platforms. What are you hoping people who watch this movie will walk away with it from?
Well, I hope that they walk away with whatever your dream is, it can be accomplished. Have faith and just persevere and keep trying and don't give up. And the whole theme of the movie is don't be afraid, just believe.
Okay, that's a good message.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, well, thank you so much, Gerald, for being here. Remember, The Rhythm starts streaming Friday on Prime Video, Apple TV, and Google Play.